been doing this?
I've been flying kites for 27 years.
Thanks very much.
And my wife and I actually got started on an anniversary trip to Lincoln City, which is down the coast about 80 miles. But we started going to kite festivals 26 years ago. And I started flying bigger and bigger kites, and my wife said, well, if you're going to have them, you're going to have to build them. And so I started building kites about 23 or 24 years ago.
Do you sell them in this area?
I do. My wife and I, my wife does banners and flags, and I build kites. You're more than welcome. We have a small company called Serendipitous Skies. We actually don't advertise. We don't have a website. The only way to get a hold of me is email address is rodbuggy, all one word, RODBUGGY at AOL.com. Or if it's easier to remember, my wife's is I like kites at AOL.com. So, but we do fun things like over on the other side of the beach, there's a couple beach balls bouncing around. There's a 10-foot one and a 5-foot one. We made those. She did a custom gold star, silver star banner for a friend of ours for occasions such as this, where we're remembering the fallen, and so he puts that up. She did that, a custom design for him. And everything we do is custom. We have standard designs, but if you want custom graphics or whatever, we can do that.
Do you mind if I ask you what your prices are? Besides,
it all depends on what you're asking for. I primarily build a foil type of kite, which I don't have any of my kites up in the air today. The ones I have were built in New Zealand by another company, but I make a particular kite called a Jordan Airform. It's a soft kite, stuffs in a bag. I make 5 different sizes: a 27, a 50, a 100, a 200, and a 300. The 27s, I sell those without any custom graphics on them for $250. The 50s are $450. The 100s I sell for $800. The 200s are $1,400. The 300 is $1,800, and that comes with a kite, 2 tube tails, and a bag to carry it all in. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're beautiful, and it is amazing the different styles and how big they are. And now, once you buy one of these, what do you have to spend for additional accessories to get this kite going?
So once you buy the kite, really all you need...
the truck or not?
I have a truck.
This can become an addiction. But once you have the kite, you need an anchor, something to anchor it with, and it depends on whether you fly on predominantly dirt, on the sand. I fly predominantly on the sand, and we use what's called a sand anchor, which is basically a square piece of cloth with straps sewn on the back. We dig a hole, we drop it in, and we anchor the kite with it. So this is the sand anchor. It literally has webbing sewn to it, loops on each corner, and you bury it in the sand and you tie off your kite to it. On the beach or on the dirt, you go down to your local Home Depot or other home improvement center, you buy a contractor stake 3 or 4 feet long, you drive in the dirt, you tie off the end. And the only other expense is the line. And you can go with braided dacron, which a lot of people do, or you can go as most of my line is braided Dyneema. It's a synthetic line that's lighter, stronger, and it's much more expensive. But when you're spending $1,000 or $1,500 on a kite, I say don't skimp on the line. So,
how about repairs? Is there much repairs that go into a kite?
It all depends on where you fly and how careful you are. I personally have kites. The first Jordan airform I built was in 1999. I cannot tell you how many hours it's got on it. It's been flying since for 20 years,
Wow.
and it's still flying. So
Wow.
if you take care of them, they will last a long time. I have had to repair them a couple times, but generally they're small things. You keep an eye on it, you repair it, you know, before it gets to be a big thing.
Right.
So far, I've never run across a kite that I couldn't fix.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is a pleasure to really watch this, and it's great to do with your children, and I can just see somebody having a great hobby.
Well, I'm glad you came.
Yeah, well, thank you.
We're just having fun today and remembering the victims of 9/11. So we're flying in their memory today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. the Lewis and Clark Monument showing